Every grain of sand.
Verizon introducing Stream Pass. Watch the best live sports hassle-free on the Go 90 app. Only on Verizon. Need a device that has everybody talking? The new Pixel from Google. Order it today at VerizonWireless.com. And by Steam Powered. Steam VR. Virtual reality. Not actually happening. It's virtual reality from SteamPower.com VR. VR is here. SteamPower.com. It's virtual. Not happening. Silly.
Who brought us joy?
Hello, everybody. This is Pink Shorts. November the 1st. First of the month. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, everybody. Adobe Willustrator free resume. Somebody else. MerriweatherA.Law, LiaYAHOO, some zoning, LKVR, BRUYx, bankruptcy the short way. Button by aliens, 18. Public access, Time Warner Cable. VBAx18, Harvard Law School, Precedent 2000 software. Year 2000 problem in C2K. Remember data, experiment, 1XRTT. Hold up a script. Ciprofloxacin. Not on the formulary.
That's a testament to how much passion and how many people.
How could that not be on a billion dollar Wells Fargo hold formulary? I know he should have every drug available, including the Los Alamos formulary. What about that formulary? Including the Los Alamos formulary too. Future medicine. V-Series, V-Alley, CDMA. Code Division Multiple Access. And GSM Global System for Mobile formulary at the Los Alamos. We should have access to all medicines. Tom Creighton, hello. Tom Creighton, we should have access. Ciprofloxacin and hydrocortisone. Supervisors, even ethnicities must separate email and maternal VI. HSB is serious, iPhone. You got a call. 1040 refund. Mistakes in programming differences. Mouse right the only way to go. Very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing Safi from head to toe.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I did everything you wanted me to do. You wanted.
Halloween.
Intex Mattress. It's on the best in stores. Audio experience. A lover song. Motivational speaker. Richest man in America. Universe, World
I
Galaxy.
do not have any announcements
Save
at
me
the top,
some
so we
of
can
that
go directly
impeach
to your
cobbler.
questions. Josh, you want to start?
Sure, thanks, Josh.
Paint the short way. I saved your files.
FBI Director
Hi, Spencer. You're in the room.
Notify Congress and therefore the public about
Tweet us via early or late at FRESH.
It seems like there's been really bipartisan
And a triple
confirmation
score.
of that decision. The Justice Department is
JORDANZ. Again, that's at FRESH. And a triple score. JORDANZ. Credit rating in the US.
Without getting into the content of the investigation, which I know you can't
Intravenous. Tweet us. I wish I could do the ceremony.
For Comey to make that public just days
I'm
before the election.
ordained in an army
Well, Josh, I
format.
anticipate this where you
184
wanted to start.
Connecticut.
I appreciate you
Every
noting,
20 minutes of the
that
hour.
Over the nearly 2 years now
I'm
that I've
ordained
been
in
answering
an
questions about
army
Secretary Clinton's
format.
email system,
184
that
Connecticut.
I've made clear that the White House is
I wish I could do
scrupulous
the ceremony.
about avoiding even the appearance of political interference in prosecutorial or investigative decisions.
Remember 311. All to speed your screening process.
And that is
Us
a posture
be
that
enlightened.
I
We
won't
did it.
change, and is a posture that speaks to the kind of institutional responsibilities that are
The other
vested,
ones.
that are
The other
vested
ones.
here in the White House, which is preserving
The other houses.
the independence and
The New
integrity
York houses. Two.
of independent investigations conducted.
Yeah,
by
the other
Department of
house, just the
Justice.
New York houses.
Now, you raised a question about
Boom.
some of the decisions that have been made to communicate.
Yep, to communicate in New
information
York.
about these
Remember
investigations.
311. All to speed your screening process.
And what's true is
We're
Judge, that I don't have
intercepting
any
wire.
independent
I'm sorry,
knowledge
us. All
of how
liquids
those
must be in a
decisions were made.
3-ounce-size
I don't
container.
know what
American
factors were
American
considered,
United. Those two houses.
dating all the way back to July.
Yep,
when
2000.
Director Comey
Remember 18 USC
announced the results of the
2511.
investigation and
Intercepting
spoke
wire
at
or
length
an electronic
to the
communication.
public
Whoa.
about his decision
T1.
not to prosecute Secretary Clinton.
The new
Included in
prohibition.
the news conference were some
Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law Inc.,
condemnations
America's first singing attorney.
of
We make the law
the way
sound
that Secretary Clinton handled
wonderful
that
with every song, the
situation.
way it should have been, besides
Director
everything.
Comey also
for traffic
testified
law.
before Congress at some length on camera under oath, and about
We
the
tried to conceal
investigation.
it. Everyone
And
keeps
some of that
asking
testimony
questions
provided fodder to Secretary
as if they
Clinton's
already know the
critics.
answer. Yeah, how can we
Over the
conceal
course of the fall,
questions
we've
that
seen the
people know the
FBI
answer
move
to
forward,
already? I don't
in
understand.
providing other investigative information,
They just like
3 and
asking
2 forms
questions
and other
and
documents
stuff they already know.
to Congress.
We can't wait. We might get fined.
And the fact is,
I love a song. Close
my
the door.
lack of
Seatbelts.
independent knowledge
Music will
about that
sink into
decision
the
making
sound system.
prevents me from
Temperatures on
weighing
67
in.
degrees. Only
So
they do what they do.
I anticipate that
We're
it's not the
ordained in
only
an
question
army
we're gonna get asked
format.
about this today, but
2017
I'll
luxury for me
I'll
to
neither
you.
defend
You
nor
can ride with us up.
criticize
You can ride with us
what
up. You can ride with us.
Director Comey has
To
decided
get the finer things in life.
to communicate to the public about this investigation. What I will say is that the Department of Justice
The Department of
in
Justice,
our democracy
there's too many Erics in government.
is given expansive
given
authority to conduct
Too
investigations.
many of them.
The Department of Justice is given subpoena power.
is given Schneiderman.
They're allowed to compel witnesses to testify.
The Attorney General, what are you
They are
doing?
able to collect evidence that's not readily available necessarily.
Schneiderman.
They're even allowed to impanel a grand jury. Those are substantial
ABC
authorities.
Medical, hello, and NBC Medical.
It's important in
The
the mind of the
Schneiderman,
president
hello.
that those authorities are tempered by
Tempered
an adherence
by
to
an adherence.
long-standing tradition
Tradition.
and practice and norms
What's today's date?
that limit
Oh, today is the
Public discussion.
1st of November.
of facts
And
that
the
are
Attorney
collected in the
General
context of those investigations.
Has approved
And there are a variety of good reasons for
all
that.
the Erics.
And the president believes that
The
it's
president
important
believes
for those norms
for
and
those
traditions
norms,
and guidelines to be followed.
guidelines to be followed.
Were they in this case?
Well, again, I
Real,
think
you got an
have to-
escalator. You almost
I know
fell.
that there's been a lot of discussion about this.
You got the walk.
And by discussion, I mean a lot of public reporting
You got
based
the
on
walk.
a multitude of
In an
anonymous
escalator.
sources at the Department of Justice.
Department of Justice.
The president believes that it's
The president
there are
believes
a set of
the
significant
escalators
institutional
are a clue.
responsibilities that officials
Moving
of the Department of
stairs.
Justice and the FBI must fulfill. The
Schneiderman.
good news is the president
The
believes
good
that
news
Director
is
Comey is a man of
He didn't
integrity,
fall.
he's a man of principle,
He's a man of principle.
and he's a man of good character.
He's a man of good
That
character.
presumably is the reason that President
Today's
Bush
show is sponsored by the
chose him to
Small
serve in a
Business
senior
Administration.
position at the Bush
U.S.
administration's
gave us an
Department of
EIN.
Justice. These same character traits
The
are
same
what
as the
led
president.
a
You got it.
strong majority of Democratic and Republican senators to confirm him to this job. These are the traits that led the president
Thank you,
to
Staples.
select him to be the director of the FBI.
And the FBI
These are tough
for
questions.
having lunch
And so it's a
with
good
McDougal.
thing that he's a man of
Yeah,
integrity and
FBI for
to
having
take
lunch
them
at McDougal's.
You'll concede, I'm sure, that in the absence of any additional
And a
information about
Toshiba
this, voters are left
PC
to
on clearance.
essentially
The 378.
speculate about what might be involved.
That's right. Get a
in
new
this, what
Toshiba
the
on
FBI
sale for
might be
$378.
looking at or not looking at
Staples.
just before the election. So with the president, in the interest of people being
EIN.
able to not
Hello.
rely on anonymous sources and the like, see the FBI release more information than Comey did.
Hello,
in that
media.
very
How
brief
are you?
letter prior to election day about what's going on?
Josh, in the same way that I'll neither criticize nor defend Director Comey's decisions about what to make public in the
The
context of this
SBA is a
investigation,
Small Business Administration,
because
was created in
I just don't have
1953
independent knowledge
as an
of
independent agency
decisions
of the
that are
federal
made,
government to aid, they
to
do it,
release this information.
counsel, assist, and
And
protect the
There are other
interests
people
of
that have
small
the luxury of
businesses,
being able to opine,
concerns to preserve free,
writing
competitive
op-eds
enterprise,
or serving as anonymous sources
only
for
from the Small
reporters
Business
to
Administration.
weigh in with their own view. But when I'm standing here representing the institution of the presidency,
The presidency?
I don't have that luxury.
I don't have that
And
luxury.
so,
So,
in the same way that I'll
in
neither
the same way,
defend nor criticize Director Comey's decisions with
Director
regard
Comey's
to what to make
and
public
the
in the
open
context of this
door
investigation,
policy of the
I don't
FBI
have any recommendations
at the
to
What's
make
in Your
to
Wallet
him either
building.
with regard to
Yeah, what's in
what,
your wallet building?
information should
Patricia
be communicated to the public.
Marsh.
In the past, including after
Thank you,
the
Patricia
FBI
Marsh and Schnegg. Thank
announced
you.
that it was not proceeding with the recommendation
To the FBI.
charges in this case. The White House did defend Comey and defended him a number of
Thank
times.
you,
So,
Green Street.
is that a substantive shift in the language you're using
Thank you very
today?
much,
Is it
Green
to
Street.
defend or criticize him? The
Renee.
fact that you're not defending him, is that some signal to us that there is
VR
the White
is
House
here
to maintain
from
some additional distance here.
SteamPower.com. It's
Well,
virtual
I think, Josh, what I
reality,
have observed
not
in the past
really happening,
is that
silly.
Director Comey is a man of
Only from
integrity. He's a man of
SteamPower.com.
principle. He's a man who is well regarded
It's
by
well regarded
senior
on Green
officials
Street.
in both parties. He's
Both
somebody who
parties.
served in a senior position
In the Capitol
Bush
building.
administration, and he's somebody who got
We've
strong
got
bipartisan
1385.
support when his nomination to
Reincarnation.
Director of the FBI was considered by the
David.
United States Senate. So
So
all those things are
all
true.
those
They
things
speak
lead up to an
to
accident.
his good character.
Good character.
And the president's assessment of
The
his
president's
integrity and his
assessment?
character has not changed. For example,
For example,
the president
Verizon
doesn't
support.
believe that Director
Verizon
Comey is
support. I
intentionally
tried.
trying to influence the outcome of an election.
They say order
The
is
president doesn't
canceled
believe that
and I
he's
can't
secretly
reorder.
strategizing
But
to
when I go to
benefit
reorder, it says upgrade
one
not
candidate or one
applicable.
political party.
Beanstown 106.
He's in a
Oh
tough
no.
spot.
We'd like to
And
take a closer look and
He's
help
the
you with
one
that.
who will be in a position to
Please understand Green Street
defend
and your new
his
Capital One card.
actions
Follow us and
in the face
re-encar.
of significant
And DM
criticism
and
from
V. That's my name backwards.
a variety of legal experts, including individuals who serve
Thank
in
you,
senior
Beanstown,
Department
for
of
tweeting
Justice
us.
positions in
Beanstown is an
administrations
A
that
plus
run by
certified
presidents of
computer
both
tech
parties.
and Android enthusiast from Staples,
That
Massachusetts.
kind of,
Thank you, Nate. Thank you for tweeting
But I'm just not gonna
Verizon
be in a
and the
position to-
NSA.
frankly, either defend or criticize
Look, John
decisions
Ladry's
that
up.
he's made with what regard. with
Hello,
regard
John
to what to
Legere.
communicate in public. That is separate, Josh, from the kind of prosecutorial and investigative decisions that are made
T-Mobile,
by the
Tottenham,
FBI and
hello.
the Department of Justice. That is their institutional
That is what it
responsibility
means.
to make those decisions about
About
investigations and prosecutions
investigations.
independent of any sort of political
How
interference.
can we help the White House
And I
without
will defend their
EAN?
right to do that. In fact, it's their responsibility.
This decision aside, is it concerning at all
How
to
do we
the White
conceal
House
this
that you have
for you?
the Justice Department and the FBI
Yeah, how do we
basically
conceal our
coordinating each
EAN?
other in some form of public or
How do we
semi-public
help y'all with this
fashion? I mean, they obviously
number?
have to work very closely together to keep the country safe.
People are going to ask us
Um,
questions.
Is there an issue there that needs to be resolved so that the Justice Department isn't accusing the FBI of not following proper procedures?
Hello, media. How are
Josh,
you?
you've heard me discuss the president's view
How do we help you with the EIN?
Director Comey's integrity and character. Let me just tell you that the president's got a lot of
one
confidence
up.
in the Attorney General of the United States, Loretta Lynch, to run that department.
Loretta
And
Lynch, thank
she is
you
somebody
for the
who
check.
spent decades as a career prosecutor.
Thank you.
She's not new to any of this. A lot of that work was done when she was the head of the Eastern District of New York.
Head of the
U.S.
Eastern
Attorney
District
for
of
the
New York.
District of New York. That is a position where
That is a position.
these kinds of decisions are closely scrutinized
Closely scrutinized.
by the media that's based in the largest
Am
city
I
in
an
our
army
country.
version
So she's using
of the
this kind of
rosary?
pressure, and the
Yeah,
president's
she an
got
army
complete
version of the
confidence in her
rosary?
ability to handle this situation
I think so.
responsibly and consistent with the institutional
People want to know,
responsibilities that are vested with the Department of
is
Justice.
he ordained in the
And
army?
one other question on a topic that I know is
Well,
difficult to
ordained in the
talk about
army.
for
You got it.
another reason.
Today's show is
President's
sponsored by
not
MerriweatherA.Law. Law firm with salary advances, parade, separated bonuses, tuition and bogs and review course reimbursements, relocation and real estate benefits, acquisition and just a file offense, they don't qualification.
Didn't send condolences. after
Revenue
his
incentives, so
mother's
donate to
son's
Title VI,
passed
HSC,
away.
see what I found.
In
Loan
the
forgiveness,
end,
join us
by
from
saying,
America's
I will
top law
not be
schools
humiliated.
and the Small Business
Does the
Administration,
president
EIN.
have any thoughts about
23 Enterprise will
that
pick you up.
op-ed or about the fact that this family issue is playing out so publicly?
Josh, I have to admit that I have not.
Josh, I have to
seen the
admit-
op-ed that you're referring to.
You're referring
if we
to
have an
your
official
second
reaction to it,
identity.
I can follow up with you. I spoke to the
In
president about the
Staples.
series of questions that you started the briefing
Serious
with, but
questions.
I had not read the op-ed, so
I
I did
have not met
ask
the
him about this one.
FBI
But
at McDougal's, no.
okay, Aisha.
Thanks. Going back to the
Today's show is sponsored by
FBI,
VBAx18 Planet Album,
you
Don't
said that
Susan,
you,
Don't.
don't
But
have
like-
enough, or the White House does not have enough
Same
independent
thing.
information to
Get
either
a shame.
criticize or,
Don't Susan.
or to come out with a position on Comey's
Don't
letter. But then I guess
sue.
what do you say to the American people if the White House doesn't have enough information?
Hello, Mitia. Hello, good
to-
morning.
To decide whether the letter was appropriate or not. Seemingly, the American people are then left with questions about what to believe there are lots of criticism right now from both sides, or lots of calls from both sides of the aisle, asking Director Comey to release more information. Do you feel that the American people don't have a right to more information about this probe? I mean, they are going to the voting booths right now.
Today's show is voted by aliens. 18.
Well, look,
Super
Aisha,
Bowl,
this is
the
an
kind
entirely
of
legitimate
the
question for you to
voting
ask, and
audience.
I think
Hello?
these are the kinds of questions that the Department of Justice right now. And given the institutional responsibilities that are
Today's the
vested here
18th. I on
at the White
television.
House,
Hello.
I just don't have a recommendation.
No,
to
a nation
make.
of
It's
Indians.
important for
Hello.
them to make these decisions.
Tonight on
consistent
Nation
with
of Indians television. Criminal Minds.
Let me be more precise here. It's important for officials at the
Yeah,
Department of
Nation of
Justice and
Indians
the FBI to
television.
make these decisions
yeah.
consistent with their institutional responsibilities.
Are we
And as I
consistently correct?
made reference to earlier, those officials at the Department of Justice and the FBI
Nation of
are
Indians.
given expansive authority to intrude on the privacy of
I think so. Who's
private
next?
citizens. That authority
Those afros.
is tempered
Afros.
by long-standing
By
traditions
tradition
and norms and guidelines
and norms, the Nation of Indians reservations
that largely
that
avoid
largely avoid
extensive public discussion
extensive
of those
public
investigations.
discussion.
Let me give you an example.
Let me
that I
give you an
think will,
example.
Resonate with all of you based on
Of
your
a reservation
day-to-day
with these
responsibilities at
afros.
the White House.
That the new ones.
It is not uncommon
They've been picking cotton and
for you when you call
for
the
you.
Department of Justice, asking them
That's a nice song.
to even confirm that there's an
I am.
investigation ongoing.
For you.
For them to decline to
I
do that.
cannot hold it.
Typically,
I
when you report about the
cannot
fact that there's an ongoing
control
investigation, that's
it.
not based on official confirmation you've received from
Tonight on Bull, besides Manor.
an official at
Bedside
the Department
manner.
of Justice.
Bullface
It's based
is
on
a surgeon
confirmation
with
you've
a big
received from
ego
an anonymous official at the Department of Justice who's
and
not willing to
currency
speak
on a
publicly about
God
the case
complex
because it would be improper
who was
for them
being
to do
sued for
so.
malpractice. Later, he seeks outside help when he realizes Benny
I
may
think
not be
in a-
sympathetic
in a
enough
way
to
that
the
we all-
jurors. Bull, tonight,
in a way that
only on
reflects the reality
CBS.
of the world that we all work in on a day-to-day basis. I think that underscores
You heard
the
it first with the
sensitivity
new ones.
of
No,
discussing this information. Now, the other thing I think
Nation
that's
of Indians
important to consider here
reservation.
is there's a tendency
Club
to
with us on
say,
Chippewa on Sundays.
with regard to this letter that was written on Friday, to say, well,
Friday.
Congress is independent and
Independent.
they have their own independent oversight.
They have their own
responsibilities to
independent
exercise
oversight
over the Department of Justice.
over the Department of Justice.
Well, let me say a couple of things about that. The first is
The first is the designated
the
survivor
kinds of norms and
The
traditions
kind of
that limit
norms
the public disclosure of investigations
of investigations
don't supersede
don't supersede
the oversight
the
responsibilities
oversight
or
responsibilities
requests
that requests
that are submitted by members of
that are
Congress.
submitted
And
by
the reason for that is
members
simple.
of Congress.
Congress is indeed
Congress is
independent
indeed
of the executive branch,
the executive branch,
but they're far from impartial.
far from impartial.
Congress is made up of
Congress is made
535
up
politicians,
5 politicians,
Democrats and Republicans.
Democrats and Republicans.
And we've already seen just
We've
in the last
already
72
seen
hours the kind of risk
the
that's
kind of risk
associated with
associated with
communicating to them
communicating
sensitive information.
sensitive
There's
information
one senior Republican official who was already
who was
indicated,
already indicated.
well, who had previously endorsed
Previously.
the Republican nominee for president,
This is live.
who let it slip that his
Let
party
it
was
slip.
considering impeaching President Clinton
Impeaching
before
President
she's been
Clinton
elected,
even before
if
she's
she's
been
elected.
elected. With an iPhone.
That's, I think, is a pretty clear
That's an
indication
auxiliary port.
that Congress is not at all
Missing a
impartial.
3.5 millimeter audio input.
And, that's why many of
That's
these
why
norms,
Jack Reacher
long-standing norms,
movie is out now.
that apply even
That
when
apply
we're not talking about someone famous, and even when we're not talking about an election being a
An
week and a half
election.
away, that should apply.
I can't buy a light
And
at the
President
dollar
believes
store.
These norms are important and worth
Important?
So the president believes
They've been
these norms
suggesting
are worth
buying lights.
upholding, but
I
it
don't know
seems
why
like in
we're
this
buying
case,
lights.
Comey, these letters, or that's what people are saying. Is that
Well, it's because it's an
norms
auxiliary
aren't upheld.
port.
We're
Put
talking
it in
about
the
it for an
auxiliary
ongoing
port.
investigation because
The
a
lightning
letter
port.
was sent. So I guess I'm trying to parse out.
Auxiliary,
so where does
congratulations.
the White House stand on that?
Yeah,
Just as a
congratulations,
general
auxiliary
issue,
port.
having an ongoing investigation that is now being
Congratulations.
discussed.
And look, this goes to the fact that
This is a
because
Pink Shorts
we have
exclusive.
worked to
To
shield this
shield
investigation, given the
Uh-uh.
politically sensitive nature of it.
iPhone S.
Well, frankly, even if it weren't politically sensitive,
Helen.
we would go to great
we would
lengths.
go.
We would be scrupulous about
It would be scrupulous.
insulating
Insulating
that independent
Our fur
investigation from
coats live on Oprah Winfrey.
from even the appearance of
For even
political
the appearance of.
interference. So I don't have any
So
independent knowledge
we don't really
of
know
the
what a Bud Light
investigation
is.
or the kinds of decisions
We don't know what Bud
that
Light is. Yeah,
led
who's
Director
off Bud
Comey
Light?
to
We don't know.
take the steps that he did.
We
to
just did an
communicate
interview with the
some of this
detective
investigation,
department, though.
some of the material relevant to this investigation to the Congress. and to
Only
the
on the
public.
OWN network.
So again,
Today's
I'm not in a
show
position
sponsored by
to
OWN.
either defend or criticize
We're
that decision.
previously live. Only on
that's,
OWN.
That's something that officials at the Department of Justice.
That's something
and the
they
FBI
should review. They should review that.
Senator Reid
We
said that
spoke
the
to the
FBI
man
has some
himself
explosive information
for an
about
hour.
Trump and Russian ties, and there's some. And basically
Mr. Black
he's
Coat
accusing,
Snowden
the FBI of having
at Fowler's and
double standard
Paredes.
and not releasing information like
Mr.
that.
Fowler's and
And he
Paredes, we
other,
spoke to you
um,
live
lawmakers have
on
called
Oprah
for the
Show.
FBI to release that information. Does the White House have any position on that? Are you concerned that now you have
Five Sisters Coordination
you have
Drive.
more
Hello.
kind of accusations going around about FBI
The next gen
Look,
iPhone
as
deserves
I-
the
as I
next
mentioned
gen
before,
network.
the White House,
Save up to
has not been
$300 on
briefed,
interviews.
on the
iPhone
investigation that the
7 or
Department of
iPhone
Justice and the
7
FBI
Plus.
were conducting into Secretary
When you trade in,
Clinton's
select
email
iPhone
system.
models.
The White House has not been briefed
The White House has not
on
been
even the
briefed on how we
existence
communicate
of any
of any
investigation into
Discovery
the
network show.
activities or habits of the Republican nominee.
Republican nominees.
These are all questions that should be directed to the Department of Justice and to the FBI.
Yeah.
Okay. Tolu.
Today's show is sponsored by Discovery from the CDC and Discovery Network. There's no link. Only from Discovery and Discovery interview.
And you said that you believe that
There's no link.
Director Comey is a man of integrity. The letter
No link
that,
at all.
that Senator Reid sent, he said that he once believed that Director Comey was a principled citizen, and he now no longer believes that. So, what is your
Hello,
reaction to
media.
that
Do you
letter?
agree?
Do you agree with
There's no link.
Well, questions about the application of the Hatch Act should be directed to the Office of Special Counsel. This is an independent agency that is filled with attorneys and investigators.
Attorneys and investigators.
Among their responsibilities.
Among their
Are
responsibilities.
investigating potential violations.
I am an attorney.
But again, you'll have to talk to them to even confirm the
Yes, we
existence
talk
of
with
the investigation,
Discovery and
let
Mr.
alone
Mark
learn more
Furman.
about what they have concluded. With regard to Director Comey,
About Lance
as
Williams.
I said at the top, the president believes that he's a man of integrity.
University of
he's a man
Buffalo's
of
General
character, he's a
Counsel.
man of principle.
And Lance Allen
and
Ito.
He's got a very difficult job.
He's got a very difficult,
And those
compelling
character traits
argument
that I
here.
just described will serve him well as he
very compelling.
works through the difficult challenges that
It
he
is compelling.
faces
It
over the course of
is.
his
You know,
job.
it's Lance.
You said you spoke to the president
Lance
earlier
Allen
today. Can you
Ito
describe this
and Land
how he's
Cable
taking
from
the general news, obviously,
Mr.
there's a
Fruit.
political,
Hello,
side to
Mr.
this,
Fruit at
and,
Walmart. We got
we
it.
saw Secretary Clinton and her campaign
Thank you for your
reacting
cable.
very strongly to this. Does the president have that same level of sort of visceral reaction?
In the communicable OJ, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
Well, totally with regard to the impact on the election, I think there's a lot of speculation.
There's a
out
lot
there
of
in terms
speculation
what
to what's
potential
going on
impact
here.
this could have,
We know,
based
we
on
don't know, we
the
know, we don't know.
public evidence
We
we've
know,
seen
we don't
from
know.
polls and
Then
other
we know, then we don't.
analysis.
We know, then we don't.
There
Oh, then
hasn't
we know
been
again. We don't. We know, then we
significant
don't.
change in the race. There are probably some analysts who disagree with
The
that. Maybe they're
NSA,
right.
hello. What have
I
you been
think
watching?
what
Fayetteville.
those of you who have been covering the
Yeah,
president for a while now
NSA, what
know
have
that
we
the
been
president is somebody who
watching
is
on
pretty even
TV?
keel. He doesn't get too
Because
high
we're
or too low.
Verizon, so we know.
And he has a tendency to focus on
There's records. We know.
the responsibilities that he has in front of him.
Right in front of him.
And the president is
The president
feels strongly, as
so
you've heard him
strongly
say,
about his second identity. I love
about
mine as
supporting
well.
Secretary Clinton's campaign.
I love
and
my
over the
second
course of
identity.
The next week,
I love my second
the
identity.
president has put together a rather
I
aggressive
love
travel
my
schedule
second identity.
to make the case to the American
I
public
love my second identity.
in support of the candidate that he's endorsed.
It's material support.
That's what the president's
That's
focused
what the
on. And
president's
that's,
focused on.
I would not anticipate a
I would
significant
not
change
anticipate a
to
significant
the
change.
public pitch
public
that President Obama will be making
vera
in support of Secretary
risk
Clinton's campaign.
of check systems and early warning services, opening new checking accounts.
Investigations. There are also longstanding guidelines about
Today's show is sponsored by Discovery
Seeing that
Network. We've
influence
never had an
in
interview
election,
before.
So close to an election. Is that something that the president is concerned about? Is that something that
Yeah, we never had an interview with our fur
as
coat,
many Democrats do?
shark coat,
Or undermine
shark
this,
coat.
Well, those kinds of guidelines are.
Well, those kind of
I'd
guidelines
refer you to
happen
the
on
Department of Justice
Coronation
and the FBI for
Drive
how those guidelines
and Five Sisters,
are
Pentagon,
observed and enforced. But
enforced.
I think
But I think
the president
the
is
president
every bit as
every
concerned
bit as
about the broader
concerned
principle,
about the broader principle,
which
which is
the Department of
the
Justice
Department of
is
Justice
entrusted with
entrusted
expansive
with-
responsibilities. And those
and
responsibilities
those
are tempered with
responsibilities
guidelines and traditions
Guidelines
that limit the public
limit
discussion
the
of
public
investigation.
discussion.
And the president believes
And
that
the
that
president
principle,
believes
those guidelines,
Those guidelines
are applicable
don't Susan
even when there's not an election
available
around the
on
corner.
VBAx18
Even when
For
one
the same.
individual who is affected by the investigation
Don't Susan,
is not a global figure.
don't Susan.
And the president believes it's important
Don't
for us to
wait.
be mindful
Call out.
of those guidelines. Okay, Ron.
Right.
If he's insisting, the president, that these norms, that public discussion should be limited, even when there's an election around, he certainly believes.
That's
that
correct.
public
We'll read that
discussion
in just a moment.
investigations
They're
should be
waiting on our
limited when there's an
disclosure.
election nearby. Is that a fair conclusion to draw?
Well, look, let me just restate it to make sure that I understand your
I
question.
love my second identity.
Essentially, are you saying the president believes
I
that there should
love
be
my
very
second
limited
identity.
discussion of investigations?
I love my second
during
identity.
election?
The president believes that our
The
democracy
president
has
has
been very
one.
well served for more than two
For
centuries
more than 2 centuries.
by officials,
By
at the Department of
officials,
Justice and the
Justice,
FBI
and the
observing
FBI,
long-standing traditions
long-standing
that
tradition,
limit public discussion.
that
of
limit public
investigations,
discussion,
whether an election is around the
whether
corner.
an election.
How can he agree or
I love my second
not
identity.
criticize what Director Comey has done? I mean, it seems like
Pink
it's
Shorts
clear
is one in front of a
it's
live
public
democracy
discussion
republic
of an
in the
investigation.
community
He
communist.
pointed
Both
out
are closing the
how he
room.
can't even
Thank
get
you for writing
confirmation
Emerald.
that
Thank you.
investigation's happening.
Save the video. This is
It
Auditorium
seems like a
Station.
very clear-cut,
Next station, Seneca Nation of Indians.
based on what you're saying
Your
about the
club
president's
with us on
concerns
Sundays
about
and
the
check it
broader
out.
principle.
Auditorium
It
is
seems
Cebus
that it would be
iPhone.
very clear that he would be critical of what Director Comey has done.
Restitution of all state
It
and
is clear
federal,
what
and
Director
federal
Comey has
funds
done.
applicable
What's not clear
to a
is,
volunteer status of 18
what
U.S. Code
led to
1385
that
within your
decision.
wallet, Capital One building,
and
open door
nobody at
policy
the
of the
White House has
FBI.
insight
Patricia Moss,
into
Patricia
the
Snag,
decision
Mina Set
that Director
McDougal's,
Comey
Capital
made.
One
So you're saying
building.
there could be some mitigating factor.
Staples and Raleigh,
that we don't know
McDougal's, have a
about. That
cigarette.
would
The FBI.
essentially allow someone to breach this broad principle of limited discussion, public discussion of an investigation.
I'm not being that
You've got
prescriptive.
Benghazi,
I am
and you've got
basically
Sweet Home
suggesting I'm not
Sheridan,
aware of any of the factors that
Alex
went into
Fry,
Director Comey's
Director
decision
Comey's decision
to
to.
send this letter to Congress.
He doesn't
on
know. He just
Friday.
knows where to follow
I'm
you.
not aware of the factors that went into his decision to
He just knows where to go
give
eat.
a long
That's
public
all.
statement
You know, he doesn't know what's
on
going on.
July 5th when he announced
He
that
doesn't
he was
believe
not,
us.
was not going to recommend.
He's
the
following
prosecution of
us to
Secretary.
candidates.
I'm not aware of the factors that went into his decision to testify
Shopping
before
centers,
Congress for
Hello
several
Staples.
hours under oath in discussing his investigation. I'm not aware
And
of
Toshiba
what kind of
computers on
factors
sale for
influenced his
$278.
decision to release
Yeah, Toshiba's are on sale.
the summaries of investigative interviews that were conducted by FBI
Why would they be
officials
on
in the context
sale?
of this investigation.
At some point,
For $378, I don't understand the price. Why is you no sale for $378?
How in any way can this be good for the country at this point in time?
Donovan, why is it
Listen,
$378?
What is
Donovan,
important is that people across the country
people
and former
computers across the
administration
country
officials have more of a
have
luxury
$378.
to be able to step back.
What does
and
$378 mean?
weigh in from the sidelines to offer up their own
$378
opinion based on their own
for a
experience,
Toshiba
based on their own,
computer.
training, based on their own observation
That's
about
the
the impact
Buffalo
this has
Police.
on our political process.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's
That
nothing
is
wrong with
part of the
$378.
kind of debate that is critical to the success of our
For
democracy as well.
Toshiba. Hello.
What's important for the person
What's
that's standing
important
behind the
is-
podium with the White House seal behind
Is that a code for
is to
something?
make sure that I'm observing the institutional responsibilities
Donovan.
that I have. And
It is.
that everybody
This
who
is
works
Pink
here
Shorts,
has,
Robo
including
Contract
the President of the
1622.
United States,
Dismissed.
which is that we're
Staples
not going
laptop.
to
Toshiba's on clearance.
be in a
You got Cole Complaint 34 of 7. The use of and land zoning laws prevention of electoral cost 3 high. Red Bay
the
here
decisions that were
without the
made
E
about
control
the
top
director,
S
by the director of the FBI
W1
with
and
regard to
communicating with your
communicating
patents, your
information
class,
from the
etc.
investigations.
You're saying so
Of the
much
brain
that
is in agreement of
it could be
acceptance of
interpreted as
identical evidence and discretion of all confident thing will be
You're
used
aware of that?
Well, I'm certainly
Not
giving voice to
limited.
longstanding guidelines that have served our democracy well, that the president believes are really
something about a computer
and I recognize that those guidelines
in the
have been
homie
the basis
department.
for other people to offer
Comey.
their criticism of Director Comey.
Call
It's
me
a free
homie.
country; they're certainly allowed to do that. But from here,
Who invented computers?
I'm not going to be in a position of criticizing
Key
Director
score.
Comey about those decisions, in part because
Bro,
I
whoever
don't have the
invented key
independent
score invented
knowledge of how those
the
decisions were made. That's also the reason,
Toshiba
by the way, I'm not going
laptops.
to defend him either.
Did the president read the Eric Holder op-ed letter?
Bro, you got a
There's been
playhouse, and you've got the FBI driving through.
Over the last 48 hours or so.
Why would the FBI be driving through a playhouse?
My point is that I
Donovan, I don't get
know
it.
the president is aware of this issue, and he's.
Why would the FBI be
read about
driving
many
through
of
a
the
playhouse?
opinions that have been expressed in the last.
Where's the drive?
But I don't know whether or not.
But I
he saw
don't
that,
know
that
why.
particular op-ed.
Two-party consent law is required to record an eavesdrop on any confidential communication, including a private conversation with the White House, Josh Ernst, President of the United States, or any government entity or new ID. This is a news program.
Are you saying there's something different? Does the president not have?
Without the consent of all parties to the conversation, penal
I'm
code
not trying to
632.
send a signal here. The president is somebody who 3 years ago nominated Director Comey because he's
We've
a
got
man
a
of
rear end
character,
with the
he's a
Capital
man
One
of
card.
integrity, he's a man of principle. He is somebody who's
Why
had
would
a
the FBI at
distinguished
Capitol
legal
Green Street
career that's been
be in
rooted
a
in
new
making sure
Capital
that
One
his
credit
own
card?
political views don't interfere with his responsibilities as a
Thank you,
an attorney,
Kangaroo,
or
Mobo,
as a
Sunoco,
law enforcement officer.
and Murphy Charles gas
Look,
station.
the president thinks very highly of Director Comey, and yes, you can assert
And New
that
York
he,
State Troopers.
continues to have confidence in his ability to do his job. Okay, Kevin.
Thanks,
Kevin.
Josh. Given the president's mantra for no drama and
Duty of
don't do
confidentiality
stupid
and
stuff,
breach of patient confidentiality.
I just have to
Deny
wonder where
to
he
prevent a
is on
critical
this
non-compliance.
email
They already know the
exchange.
answer.
It's a
They're
family
just
program
asking
here,
it.
Kevin.
Absolutely right.
They're just
It
asking
goes on
questions
and
they know
on
the
and on.
answers
And
to.
I'm just wondering, given what you said earlier about
They're gonna find us for
to
everything they
seamlessly
gave us.
avoid
We
any
can't.
appearance
We
of
just can't.
impropriety, do you believe, or would the president
Twitter, we
believe
love your
now's
book.
the
We love it.
time
We love
for
you.
a special prosecutor in this circumstance?
Yeah, we love it. We want to read it.
Well, again, the president hasn't reached that conclusion at all. As I mentioned earlier,
The
investigation that was conducted
public
by
does
the
not know.
Department of Justice and the
Department of
FBI
Justice.
was a thorough one, and one
Yeah,
that
they're driving through the playhouse.
Director Comey, for better or worse, has thoroughly explained. And I don't think
and
that after
I don't think-
considering what Director Comey has put forward, that anybody would
Something about a drive.
conclude that he somehow
Dara.
gave
Right.
short shrift
Short trip.
to answering the questions that were posed in the
Clearance.
investigation.
Crash.
Again, that's all based
Clearance.
on
Toshiba.
his public
Clearance.
statements.
Crash.
The
Clearance.
White
Toshiba.
House, nor I, nor anybody here has been briefed
That's
on
right.
those investigations. But based on his public
But based
statements,
on
I
his
think,
BJs,
it's quite clear that a
it's
thorough
quite clear we have
investigation
a.
has been conducted. And that
Yeah, you got
investigation
it.
was
That's it.
conducted free of any sort of political
BJs
interference
on transit.
from the White House.
Thank you,
There
BJs
are
on
another set
transit,
of
for your
decisions that were
Toshiba.
made with regard to communicating information from that
The hard
investigation
drive.
to the public.
Portable.
And as I mentioned earlier,
As I
I'm here to
mentioned,
criticize or
Detective
defend
Comey,
decisions to make that information public or
FBI.
communicated to Congress.
James
I want to be
Comey,
careful
hello.
not to criticize, but I'm curious, do you see it as partisan in any way?
Today's show is sponsored by Discovery
no, as I
Network
mentioned earlier, the president's
and
got
Discovery.
confidence
There's no link.
that Director
We
Comey is
interviewed them.
Some people are shading it. There's early on,
Only
especially
from
back
Pam
in July,
Winfrey
there were a
Leslie,
number of,
North
maybe,
Carolina.
right, who were suggesting that, you know what, he didn't listen to his staff, he should have proceeded with an indictment, and now here.
We got a hard drive. Let's get it.
Many on the left are suggesting. he
Oh,
did
our
this
show's
right
almost
before the
coming to a
election.
close.
Completely out of bounds. There is this narrative that some people feel like
Good
somehow
Lord.
the director, rightly or wrongly, has been partisan.
This is the last clue.
The president is
Oh, yeah,
completely
there,
confident
pocket.
that Director Comey has not taken any steps
Yeah,
to try to
pocket.
intentionally
Here,
influence the outcome of the
BJ's
election
wholesale. This is it.
or to advantage one candidate or one political party.
Ask you about the emails, and I know you and I can't talk about some of the specifics, but I'm just curious about the Uma Abedin
Toshiba,
shared
hello.
email account with Anthony
reports
being
about
there, Congressman, is there
only
any
from
reason that the
BJ's
White House has any
Wholesale
concern that
Club.
the president's emails may have
Shop with
ended
us
up
on transit. You've
on
got
that
clearance.
computer
Thank
in
you,
any
Staples
way?
and Mitt Romney.
I think the, as has
I
been,
think the plane should have made
if
it.
the Republic
If the
reports are
Republic
true,
reports are true,
nobody knows what's on that computer.
no one knows what's on that
And I'm not going to
airplane.
speculate about what may or may not be there.
Could be nobody on there.
Answer this question then.
It might be a drone, you know, one of those advanced flying
members of Congress in particular, or
apparatus
even with,
in the sky.
former Secretary of State.
It is
true?
the flying apparatus.
I don't know that the president emails with members of
It's
Congress.
Dr. One.
What I
Hello.
can tell you is that the
Yeah,
president's
Dr. One
email
drone.
system has a lot of built-in
Has a
security
lot of
measures,
built-in
including an
Toshiba.
alias. And as we've discussed here
BJ's.
before, it would be foolish
It
to
would be
give the
foolish
president
to buy
the-
one of those on
the
transit.
Obama@whitehouse.gov email.
It would be foolish. Mass Transit Road.
That's not Barack.Obama.
Very foolish.
Not that I haven't tried that.
He thought it FBI in the drive-in.
Something that, again, I know.
FBI's in the drive-in. We gotta
These
go.
are private emails that were obtained illegally. Or
At the
surreptitiously,
Playhouse.
but
Why
I
were
do
they at
think
the
it bears
Playhouse?
the question about the suggestion that Don
We're all
Brazil,
toddlers. Hello.
the
Did
acting
it.
DNC leader, taking over for the now deposed Debbie Wasserman Schultz, may have been.
Thank you for
aiding
tuning
the
in to Pink
Clinton
Shorts. We'll talk to you guys
campaign with
tomorrow.
more questions leading up to Paul
Thank you,
Pence
Twitter. You tweeted right
and
on
others sort
time.
of,
Thank you,
giving
Schneiderman
her an
and the
inside
Attorney
scoop.
General.
What do you say to
Too
those
many
Bernie
Erics in
Sanders
government.
backers who feel like
Yeah,
the
there's too
fix
many
was in from the
Erics.
very
There's a lot of
outset?
them.
And should Donna Brazil,
They're
in your
older than
opinion,
us,
if
too.
this turns out to
They're
be
all
true,
older. All the
step down
Erics
from
are older
position?
than us.